My name is Jim Garrison, and I'm an architect in Brooklyn, New York. I've been practicing architecture for 33 years, I think, at this point, and we're very interested in architecture that is both beautifully designed and very sustainable, or green, depending on what word you tend to use. We've been interested in this kind of architecture since the last great energy crisis of the 1970s, and we've been evolving solutions for this for a very long time. Well, it was clear in the 70s that something had to be done to deal with energy and the environment. I mean, green architecture is really an extension of the environmental movement. The environmental movement has been evolving since the post-war, in the post-war areas, since the Silent Spring was published, and the architecture has simply moved with it. I mean, architecture, I think, it's very difficult for architects to transcend the values of a culture. They basically have to move in parallel with it. There are visionary architects, and for us, to some extent, we've moved beyond the culture, and it's been very difficult to sell and execute the things that we've been interested in. But at this moment, what's wonderful is that the culture is embracing the idea of green architecture and sustainability. And that is a fantastic situation. That is a situation we've been waiting for all of my career, really. So we now have a situation where people will listen to ideas about how to improve the environmental quality around us. We know that green architecture, green lifestyles have become a trend in general. And to some extent, as a trend, they become, they may or may not be intelligent. So we have to look closely to make sure that we're doing things that are what we think they are, or what we hope they are. But there are many approaches in architecture today. And we talked earlier about the idea of a high technology approach and a low technology approach to sustainability. In the end, we need to deal with everything that is part of the building process, from the way we live in buildings to the way we make them, how much energy it takes us to make them, and what we do with them when and if we're done with them. So it's a very comprehensive situation that we have to investigate now. Some architects look to this, some don't. Our idea is that architecture should be as simple as it can be from a technological point of view. It should use as few resources and deliver as much in terms of quality and forcefulness and vision as it can. So our interest is in using the right technology and as little of it as we need to at all times. We learned some early lessons with regard to this, and one of our lessons came from the study of Persian wind tower houses from many centuries ago. Houses that use the wind, the sunlight, underground streams, the cooling effects of the earth, different places to live within a dwelling, all together in a comprehensive way to respond to the climate of Iran or Persia. And all this was done without any of the high technology devices that we use today. So it's an interesting situation we're faced with. The world evolved away from, building practices evolved away from this traditional approach to climate because there was tremendous energy available, and we no longer had to. In the 20th century, we could forget about these things. So we made buildings which are sealed, out of glass, that look the same on all sides, regardless of how the sun impacts them. And they're the same buildings whether we're in Dubai or we're in New York. They look the same. Now we know that any building that responds to its environment must be different in these two extremely different climates, but that was not the case over the course of the 20th century. So now we're changing this. So now we're responding to the world, the natural world around us. So I think the question is, will we evolve quickly enough? I think our architecture can, but we all have to be a part of this.